Hello you all, Chief and I are here to show you how to put on a tail bag today because his desperately needs redone. It's been in for a couple weeks and it's looking rough, so let's take this old one off and I'm going to show you how to put one on. So first I'm going to get his tail all unbraided and brushed through. I like to use Show Sheen and some Cowboy Magic to get his tail really detangled and just make sure that there are no knots or anything that could bother him. And so once your horse's tail is completely detangled and brushed through, I like to start at the base of the tailbone and start braiding down. You want to be really careful that you don't braid on top where the tailbone is, because that can be really irritating if it's like pulling on that and you don't want to cut off any blood flow up there. So make sure you start below the tailbone. You can kind of feel where the end of it is and then start there and do your braid all the way down. I like to keep the top really tight because I'm gonna tie the tail bag in there later, so I need to make sure that that's really secure. I set my tape that I'm gonna tape his tail with later on his butt. Chief's such a good boy trying to hold it for me. Okay, so make sure you braid all the way to the end, and then once you get to the end, you can either use a elastic rubber band or a hair thing or something to secure that braid. I like to use electrical tape. I find that that secures it really well. Just make sure that you use a tape that hasn't gone in the heat or anything, because that can lose its stickiness. So if you decide to use the tape, just wrap it around a few times. It's super easy to use. And then I get my tail bag. So it should have two ties on the side. I like to fold my tail and put it in the bag and then go up to one of the top braids and pull the first tie through the braid. Once you've got your back tie through the braid to the front, you can tie those two together. And then I like to go back around the back and knot again and just keep wrapping around and tying until I reach the end of the strings. That way it's just very secure, so I end up getting like 4 knots on there. Here is what it looks like when I'm done. So that tail bag is secured and ready to protect his tail, so he's ready to go out in the field. Okay, hope this was helpful for you all. Bye!